Hi, welcome to practice. We're going to start today on our hands and knees. So whenever you're ready, meet me in a tabletop position. Hands stacked underneath of the shoulders, fingers spread really wide, palms down. Knees stacked underneath of the hips, about hip distance apart, wider or more narrow, whatever feels right in your body. And then inhale, open through the chest, let the belly drop, gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone under and press the ground away. Open it back up. Exhale to round. 2 or 3 more of these cat and cows. Just slowly getting into the body. Follow your breath. Maybe even close your eyes. Last 2. When you feel ready, come back to a more neutral spine. Keep your hips exactly where they are, stacked over your knees, and walk your hands forwards, all the way towards the top of your mat, and bring your forehead down to the mat. Your arms can be heavy, just allowing the elbows to bend and the forearms to rest on the mat. Or if you feel a little bit more active right now, maybe you press into the fingertips and lift the elbows, lift the palms up, and tuck the tailbone under slightly, creating more of a stretch across the back. Let's take a deep breath in through the back body. Exhale, sigh it out. Once more, breathing in deeply, expanding in all directions. Exhale, let it go. Slowly lower your forearms, gaze forwards, pull yourself onto the belly. Take the hands a little wider than the mat, just your fingertips are down, the palms are lifted. And then roll your shoulders up by the ears, down your back, lift your heart up, maybe even gaze up. Exhale, lower the chest down. Inhale, slowly lifting up. Exhale, slowly lowering down. Once more, slowly lifting up. Exhale, slowly lower down, hands below the shoulders. Take your hips back to your heels, child's pose. 2 deep breaths in, allowing yourself to be soft, but also a little active. And when you feel ready, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's bend the knees a lot to start. Press your hands, find length through your spine, and then start to bring the heels a little closer to the ground. Maybe pedaling out the legs one at a time would feel nice here. You can let the hips sway a little bit. And then find a little bit of stillness. Press into the palms, reach the hips back even further. Deep breaths in and out. One last breath here. Slowly gaze forward, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, bring your fingertips to your shins, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold all the way forwards. Once more, just like that. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, fingertips to the shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold all the way forwards once more. On an inhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Bring your right knee down and open your heart towards the front of the mat. Exhale, step your left foot back to meet the right in a high plank. Bring your knees down to the ground. And then keeping the elbows in by the body, bring your chin and your chest in between your hands so your seat is sticking up. And then slowly pull yourself forwards onto the belly. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart a little higher. Exhale, maybe through a child's pose to a downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up towards the sky. Bend your right knee and take your hip for a few circles here. And then extend the leg back behind you for three-legged dog. Shifting forwards, bring your knee into your nose and your thigh to your chest. And then extend your leg back for three-legged dog. We'll do that one more time. Knee to nose, thigh to chest. Squeeze, hover here. And then step your right foot in between your hands. Back knee down. Open your chest towards the front of the mat. Exhale, step all the way forwards to the top of the mat and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach your arms up. Exhale, fold all the way forwards. Inhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Bring your knee down. Open your heart forwards. Maybe this time your arms lift up alongside your ears. Exhale, plant the palms, step your right foot back to meet the left, high plank. Knees come down to the mat, elbows stay in, chest and chin drop between the hands. Slowly pull forwards onto the belly, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your heart. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up towards the sky. Bend your knee, take a couple of big circles. Extend the leg back for three-legged dog. Left knee into nose, thigh to chest, come forward, squeeze, and extend the leg back, three-legged dog. Once more, knee to nose, thigh to chest, squeeze, step your left foot in between the hands, right knee down. Chest forwards, maybe arms lift alongside the ears. Exhale, step all the way forwards to fold. Inhale, rise up, gaze up. Exhale, just release your arms by the sides this time. Inhale, sink your hips and come into a chair pose. Hold here, squeezing the thighs together. Reaching the arms long. Maybe you interlace the fingers and press your palms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold all the way forwards. Inhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Keep your back knee up this time. Find a low lunge. Just kind of rock back and forth a little bit here. And then start to firm up through the legs. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you start to lift your arms up, finding a high lunge. Hold and breathe. Both palms plant, step back, high plank. Take one push-up if you like. And then drop your knees and come back through a child's pose. Staying low, slowly pull yourself forwards into a low cobra, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Or an up dog, pressing into the hands, lifting the hips. Heart lifts. Exhale, hips up and back, no matter where you are, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up towards the sky. Shifting forwards, right knee taps right tricep. Extend the leg back, three-legged dog. Right knee taps left tricep. Back to three-legged dog. Right knee to nose, thigh to chest, squeeze, step your foot in between your hands. Keep your back knee up this time. Stay low for a moment. Maybe rocking a little forwards and back. And then if you feel stable here, firm up through the legs. Start to lift the upper body, reach your arms up. Hold and breathe. Take the hands back down to the ground, step all the way forwards and fold. Inhale, sink your hips, come back into a chair pose. Press into the heels and rise up. Inhale, sink your hips again, chair pose. This time we'll bring the palms together at heart center. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to your left, right elbow outside of the left thigh. Sink the hips a little deeper, lengthen through the spine and breathe. And then stay really low and come through center. One more side, twist to the right, left elbow outside of the right thigh. Lengthen through your spine, breathe deeply. Inhale, back through center, staying low. Exhale, fold all the way forwards. Inhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Keep the knee up again. You can stay low or firm up through the legs and come a bit higher, high lunge. From there, you can stay here, or you can start to twist left arm forwards, right arm back. Hold. Maybe you take it a little deeper. Right hand to the back of your left thigh. Left arm reaches up and back. Wherever you are, both hands come down to frame the front foot. Step it back, high plank. One push-up if you'd like. Drop your knees, hips back, child's pose. Pull through, coming into low cobra or upward facing dog. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up towards the sky. Shifting forwards, tap your left knee to your left tricep. And then extend the leg back, three-legged dog. Left knee, right tricep, tap. Back to three-legged dog. Left knee to nose, thigh to chest. Squeeze, step the foot in between the hands. Come into your low lunge with the back knee lifted. Stay there or rise up. Both arms lift. Stay there or start to twist. Right arm forwards, left arm back. Hold and breathe. Maybe smile. Stay here, or the left hand comes back towards your right hamstring. Your right arm reaches up and back. And then slowly cartwheel the arms down. Step all the way forwards to fold. Inhale, sink your hips, come to a chair pose. And then press into the heels and rise up. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, fold all the way forwards. Inhale, lift up halfway. Wiggle your feet out towards the sides of the mat. Toes out, heels in. Sink your hips and come into a malasana. You can always grab a block and place it underneath of your seat here for support. Palms can come together, elbows can press into the inner thighs. Think about lengthening through the spine. If you'd like, take your right fingertips down, reach your left arm up, open through the chest. And then switching, left fingertips down, right arm reaches up, open. And then slowly coming back through center, holding here for another breath. And then slowly take your hands down to the mat, step your feet back, high plank. Keeping the elbows in, we're gonna lower all the way down to the belly for the count of 3, 2, and 1. Zipper your legs together. Bring your arms alongside your body. Roll the shoulders up by the ears, lift your heart up, lift your legs up. Squeeze your thighs together. Find length in the spine. Breathe deeply, gazes forward, slightly down. And then lower down, one cheek to the mat. Let your hips sway side to side. Gazing back forwards again, bringing the legs back together. Inhale, come back up to a locust pose. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Reach your hands back, interlace them, and then reach back even further so you can lift your heart even higher. Stay there, bend your knees, bring your heels in towards your seat, and maybe reach for your ankles instead, and lift a little higher than that. Wherever you are, let's hold for 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down, bring your opposite cheek to the mat. Let your hips sway. Take your hands below your shoulders. Press yourself back up to a high plank. Nice and strong. And then lower your knees down and walk your hands back towards your knees. Kneeling upright, maybe keeping the toes tucked under or untucked if that feels more comfortable. Take your hands to your waist. Start to use your glutes to press the hips forwards, and then take your hands to your lower back, not gripping, but just kind of supporting. Roll your shoulders back and squeeze your shoulder blades together again. Pull your heart up towards the sky, gazing up if that feels all right. And maybe taking this camel back bend a little deeper if you like. 3 deep breaths. Slowly rise back up. Untuck your toes. Sit back on your heels. Palms come face down on the thighs. Just close your eyes. Find your breath for a moment. And then slowly come back up onto the knees. Tuck or untuck the toes, whatever you like. Maybe hands to the same place, or maybe palms together at heart center. Again, you choose. Use your glutes. Press the hips forwards. Lift up and out of the waist. And open your heart. Leaning back. 3 deep breaths. Slowly start to rise back up. Lower the hips down, and this time, just kind of take your legs so that they're out in front of you. Feet are wider than hip distance apart. Knees are bent a lot. Take your hands so they're kind of on the outside here, and allow your chest, your head to hang in between the legs. The spine is nice and rounded here. Breathe into your back body. Let's take one more deep breath like this. You can stay here, or you can slowly start to lift up, maybe bringing the legs a little bit closer together, finding more of a stretch for the back of the legs. Reach your arms forwards, actively reach your chest forwards. Maybe you find something to latch onto, and maybe you draw your chest a little closer to your thighs. 3 really deep breaths. Find the balance between effort and ease. Slowly start to rise back up. Take your hands behind you, bend your knees again. Have the feet pretty far out to start. Right ankle on top of the left thigh near the knee. Start to slide that left foot back. Find an upright seated pigeon pose. Maybe rolling the shoulders back and sitting a little bit taller. Your left leg can be as close or as far away from your body as feels right. Flex that right foot, maybe even taking that right ankle for a spin in one direction and then the other. One more breath. Slowly slide the left leg back out and change sides. Left ankle on top of the right thigh near the knee. Remember to sit tall. Maybe the 2 sides feel a little bit different. That is normal. Flex your left foot and maybe take it for a couple of circles in one direction and then the other. Two more deep breaths. And then slowly start to release all of that. Just find a comfortable cross-legged position. We'll take a moment to sit in silence, to close the eyes, just to be with the breath. Soften through your face, soften through your shoulders, your hips. And take a deep breath in through your nose, sighing it out through the mouth. Once more, all the way in, fill up. All the way out, let go. Bring your palms together at heart center. Bow your head to your heart. Thank yourself for showing up, for taking a few moments out of your day to move and breathe and do something kind for yourself. Thank you for sharing that with me. Have an awesome rest of your day, wherever it takes you.